Hey guys, Psychic Pictures here, and welcome to a new visual novel, If My Heart Had Wings. So, yes, this is what is replacing Sakura Angels for 8 episodes. And this is also going to be 8 episodes, and then Sakura Angels will be back. Then it'll go back to If My Heart Had Wings, then to a different visual novel. Because you'll be getting a different visual novel in the start of 2017. So, let's begin. Achievement unlocked. Welcome. Yay! The bicycle road race is known as a really harsh sport. The hill climb in the middle is hell, too. While putting strain on every muscle in your body, you have to continue pedaling without any brakes to climb a steep hill. At that time, I always think, I can't do this anymore. I'll make this race my last. Even though I think that every time, in the end, I still take part in the next race. I've endured severe training so that I don't put my feet down halfway through the hill climb. Why do I do that? Because once I finish the hill climb, I'm waiting for my reward. Nothing compares to the feeling of cutting through the wind as I race down the downhill section at blistering speed. At that moment, I feel an incredible rush. Then I realize that I have forgotten about everything. The pain of the hill climb, the strain on every muscle in my body, and the days of hard practice. It's not a matter of whether I win or lose the race. I just enjoy it, and that's why I continue to ride. That's how it should have been. I still didn't have much life experience at that time, and it was something beyond my imagination. Suddenly, without warning, something was taken from me. I could also say shut away or lost. However, to directly express the emotion I felt at that time, taken is the word that fits best. So, there was one thing that I learned. Life isn't about having fun. I gained a lesson in life. The thing I lost was everything. I let myself get depressed about this, but I should have thought about it a little more. If something could be taken from me so abruptly, then something could be given to me just as suddenly. The wind blew, a gentle but strong wind. It would not be unreasonable to call it an encounter. What this could be the start of. Even now, there's still no way for me to know. The windmill is turning. People are overwhelmed just because of the size of such enormous things. Its unnatural silhouette serves a function, but to those who don't know what it is, it would appear to be something very bizarre. With so many lined up like this, it could be said to be even more overwhelming. But why is that? The sight of the white windmills lined up on the green hills somehow seems so picturesque. This is amazing, to think that something like this could be made. At the very least, 5 years ago, there was nothing here. Just a wide open space. I heard they were going to build a large-scale renewable research facility. Energy research facility. Bleh. The cell phone in my pocket vibrated to tell me I had received a text. It's from Anchan. To Aoi. Do you arrive here already? Sorry I couldn't come to meet you. My name is written using a Chinese character read as Aoi. It's a difficult character and is often mistaken for Midori. Incentively, whether it is Aoi or Midori, it is often mistaken for a girl's name, which causes a few problems. I'll quickly write a reply. I hardly ever use text, so I find the key touch awkward to use. I got here a little too early, so I'm just going for a stroll. The windmills are amazing. Okay, send. The reply came quickly. They're great, aren't they? It's the news famous spot of Kazagura. If you have any problems, contact me anytime. Anchan. Thank you, Anchan. As I sent the text, I sat down on the grass. This place is on the hillside, so from there I was able to gaze at the lake and the town that stretches across the opposite bank. The rapid redevelopment of the town of Kezegura meant that the remnants of the old buildings from the Showa era are intermingled with the modern agriculture. The view expresses both the past and the future at the same time. Something white flitted across my field of vision. For a moment, it looked like one of the windmill blades had come flying off. But there's no way that could happen. Is it a paper airplane? I got up and headed down the slope to look for it. The paper airplane, gliding gently, eventually lost its momentum and descended. Gotcha! I ran ahead of it, did a small jump, and caught it in midair. Where did this come flying from? Judging by direction, it had come from the top of the hill. At a time, in a place like this, could there be someone here besides me? I took the paper airplane with me as I climbed up the slope. Just as I was able to see the top, oh no! A sudden gust of strong wind blew the paper airplane out of my hand. Hey, wait! I chased after the paper airplane and ran up the slope. At least it was going in the direction that I wanted to go. And here I think is the opening sequence, If My Heart Had Wings. Or it could have just been the title thing. First Contact. Yay! Then, just as I finally caught it, another strong gust of wind. What? There was someone on top of the hill. It was a girl sitting in a wheelchair. Looking fleetingly into the distant sky, a sudden breeze blew her hair and she combed it back with her fingers. Against the background of the blue sky and windmills that spread across my view, the girl's black hair and white blouse looked incredible. It was as if I was looking at a completed work of art. The girl noticed me. At first, I thought I should make an excuse for why I was there. It was like I had stepped into her world without permission, and I started to feel guilty. She's not saying anything. Some guy had just suddenly appeared, so perhaps she's being cautious. To show her the reason why I can't come here, I held out the paper airplane. Did you throw this? The moment she saw it, her facial expression stiffened. She looks like she's welling up. Suddenly, tears appeared in those delicate eyes. Huh? What? Tears that had welled up in the corners of her eyes came running straight down. So it got to you. As I watched, great big tears came rolling down her cheeks. Hey! Without thinking, I walked up beside her. What's wrong? Do you hurt somewhere? As she shook her head, she touched the hand that I had unconsciously held out as if she were clinging to it. Her hand was small but trembling. Squeeze. She gently squeezed my hand. It's okay now. I didn't even know what the situation was. However, as I answered, I squeezed her hand back. Chicken? Quack, quack. Peck, peck, peck. Ow, ouch! Before I knew it, there was something like a chicken at my feet, and all of a sudden, it started pecking me. What the heck? That's a duck, not a chicken! Gah, gah, gah! Peck, peck, peck. Ow, that hurts! What is this thing? Hat, as it was called, calmed down at her command. Quack? That's not a chicken. Is it a duck? With a yellow beak and white feathers, it was a duck that looked like a chicken. It does not look like a chicken! For some reason, it was wearing a hat. Okay. So this is how surprising it is to be suddenly attacked by an animal. However, thanks to that, it looked like she had stopped crying. Is a towel okay? I don't carry a handkerchief around with me. As I said that, without waiting for her to reply, I took a hand towel out of my bag. Of course, it had been washed, so it was clean. Why were you crying? If it hurts somewhere... As she answered, she pointed to one of the wheels of her wheelchair. It had lost its air and had collapsed. You got a flat tire? Wow, okay. That's a terrible thing to happen. Just a mere flat tire for her is like having her legs taken away. Don't you have a cell phone?
部屋に置いてきた。
She answered, dismayed.
だから他の方法で助けを呼ぼうと思って。そしたら SOS を受け取って来てくれた人がいたから。
SOS? Oh, this! I opened up the paper airplane that I still had in my hand. I'm in trouble. Someone help me. I'm on Windmill Hill. So when someone arrived carrying the paper airplane, she felt relieved and started to cry. Now she was fine, but until just now, she was shaking. That must be how scared she was. Hold on a moment. The bag at my feet rustled as I rummaged around inside it. When she saw the tools that I had taken out, she seemed confused. Would it be okay for you to get out for a moment?
どうして？
I'm gonna fix it. You can't go anywhere if you have a flat tire, can you?
そうだけど、貸してもらってもいいかしら。
Of course, getting out of the wheelchair is not easy for her. What should I do? From the methods I'd seen on TV, the care workers do it by embracing them from the front. We both looked as though we'd imagined that situation and froze.
やっぱり自分で。
Excuse me a moment. Oh gosh. As I put my arms around her, her sides to her back, I suddenly lifted her up. Whoa, she's so light. Because she was much lighter than I had expected, there was a bit too much momentum. Huh! Uh-oh. Before she could grasp the situation, I put her down on the soft grass. I'll have it done soon, so hold up a moment. Oh, that's what I look like. Sure, okay. That's what I look like, okay. Huh. They're made in the same way as bicycle tires. I immediately started on the repairs. She's behind me, so I can't see her expression, but I had a feeling I was being stared at with contempt. As I was quietly working, the duck was waddling around me and pecking at the soil. Is this duck your pet?
違う。ただの同居人。
Housemates?
散歩しようと思ったら勝手についてきちゃったのよ。ハト、あんまり遠くへ行っちゃダメよ。置いてっちゃうんだから。わあ。
Quack! Do ducks recognize their own names? When he's called, he responds by turning around. Hey, he's pretty smart.
そうなのよ。だから困るの。いたずらばっかりして。
Aww, just like a normal pet. As I looked at the duck, I saw her legs laid out on the grass in my field of vision. So she can't move them? There are a number of reasons why people need to use a wheelchair, but it looked like she had a disability in her legs. When I picked her up just now, her body stiffened up with surprise. There was no strength at all in her legs. The duck returned from his little excursion. While walking around her, he would occasionally try to jump onto her lap.
邪魔。
She said as she made him get down again. As I watched this exchange from the corner of my eye, I fixed the flat tire.
男の子ってすごいのね。そんな道具いつも持ち歩いてるんだ。
That's not really the case, though. I sometimes carry them with me.
私、草の上に座るのなんて久しぶり。柔らかくて気持ちいい。
As she said that, she made a little sound as she stretched.
いいところよね、ここ。
Yeah, it is.
部屋の窓から見えるのよ。一度来てみたかったの。
The wind blows through here. 5 years ago, there were no windmills, though.
5年前？
I've just come back to this town.
そうなんだ。
She directed her gaze at something far away.
じゃああなたは故郷に帰ってきたんだ。
Yeah. She suddenly looked down and seemed lonely, and strangely sad. There was an awkward silence as I continued working. The duck twisted its neck to look up at the sky.
どうしたの？ハット。
She was tempted to look up too.
何かしら、あれ。
What's that?
何か飛んでる。
There was something floating in the air. It was crossing the lake and gradually getting closer. Oh, an airplane! At first, I thought that it was a paper airplane that she had thrown coming back to us. But it wasn't. It crossed the lake and eventually reached the air above the small hill where we were. An airplane? It's not paper, it's a real plane. But what is this? Its silhouette is much thinner than any plane I know, and the wings are really big.
グライダーだ。間違いない。あれ、グライダーよ。
Glider? I repeated the name as if to confirm it, and then looked to the sky once more. With its big white wings and wide silhouette, it reminded me somewhat of a seagull.
ほら、見て。旋回してる。綺麗ね。
The glider is continuing to turn leisurely above our heads. It's flying ever so slowly.
当然よ。水力がないんだもの。
As it proceeded slowly across the blue sky, it seemed to be floating rather than flying.
あんな風に飛ぶんだ。
It looks like it would feel nice.
降りてきた。
The turning glider looks as if it had given up on rising and came down towards the top of our hill. I mean, it's not like it was coming down to land. It was just reducing its altitude. Why don't we try waving? They might notice us. She earnestly stretched out her hand and waved towards the white aircraft floating in the sky.
わが。
I don't know if the pilot noticed us or not. However, the wings reflected a gleaming light, and it really did look as if it was answering us, calling out to us. Then, the glider turned its back to us and flew away, back to the other side of the lake where it had come from.
ちょっと。
She mumbled sadly as she lowered her hand. extend the wings which fly in this sky highly. I fixed the flat tire and went with her into the town. I think this is a perfect place to stop. Now, let's actually look at the statistics stuffs. Window, full screen. No, I don't want full screen. Widescreen, letterbox, full size, no correction. Auto skip icon. Confirmation message. Okay, text. Message speed. Read messages only. Autoplay. Sound. Whoop! That's a spoiler. Shortcut. Text. Gesture. Alright. Okay. Title. So, this episode, it was pretty good. Not the best, but it was still pretty good. We got to meet this girl. Achievement unlocked, gallery. Oh! Oh! Okay. Hold on. So, this is the regular one. Then you click it, and then her facial expression changes. And it's the same with this one, isn't it? Nice. It seems like there's a lot more to this than it was in Sakura Angels. But this did cost a bit more. Well, it costs a bit more full price on Steam. So it would make sense for this to go on a bit longer. So this has been Psychic Pictures, and I'll see you guys next time for more If My Heart Had Wings. See you then.
それでは、さようなら。